exchange of shaming people for falling in love and for trying in their relationships.
I'm glad this video came across my FYP, and what Jordan is discussing here feels very similarly to what my mutual Alexia was discussing recently that y'all dragged her for, even though she was right. Because what Jordan is discussing about the shame and embarrassment that is imposed on women who actively try to make partnership with men work out, and what Alexia was discussing about how telling single women who are seeking partnership to decenter men is not a comparable placeholder for active partnership, lives to me in the world that I have just called companionship nihilism, which is the belief and framework that intimate, romantic, equitable partnership with men is impossible and thus not worth seeking out. And
I think we have a miscommunication here. I don't know any people in the 4B movement, at least on this app, that are saying what we're accused of saying. But both in pick-me spaces and in other feminist spaces who are 4B critical, let's say, we are accused of saying that women seeking partnership are dumb and somehow damaged. If there are creators that are saying that, I've never heard that. And I've been on many 4B lives, and I have many mutuals that are pro 4B, and no one is telling anyone not to seek partnership with men if that's what they desire. None of us are saying that. And while the definition of decentering men that she gives is a very good one, I agree with, I just don't think that is what's happening, that the judgment of women who are seeking partnership. I do advise, however, that if partnership is something you're seeking, heterosexual partnership, and you're a woman, in order to partner in a way that's good for you and not soul-sucking and mind-numbing and, anxiety-inducing, there's very specific things you have to do that are not mainstream in the dating space. Now, some of those things people are starting to talk about, recognizing certain red flags, et cetera, et cetera. But in the advice of red flags, you have to understand that in mainstream dating, a lot of these things that we've considered normal for many, many years, for decades in dating, are actually abusive and coercive. So if I were to give a recommendation to women seeking partnership, I would say if you've had a string of situations where you're not happy with, I would say step back for a second, take a little break, and just let it settle for a minute. And if you are a person who knows who you are, has all the self-love as she says, in addition to that, I hope that you are also learning and understanding what changes you need to make to your dating style if you've always been a typical mainstream dater that will give you a better chance of finding good partnership. Like this creator I've stitched, I am also solo poly. I happened to stumble in to a relationship and a relationship style that suited me. It's not something I planned and sought out. It just happened to be the way my life went. So in that sense, I got lucky. But saying that 4B supporters are saying that women are broken who want to seek partnership, that's just insane to me. No one is saying that, and if they are, they need to shut the fuck up. Even people like Scorpio Queen and Christina, no one's saying not to seek partnership. They're just saying focus on yourself. Make you the nexus of your life. You should be the main character of your own story, not somebody else. But the way we date and the way we mate in the heterosexual, heteronormative space tends to be very damaging to women. So to operate healthily in that space, you can't date the way that most people do. And you can't date the way you used to if that's the way you were dating. There is a dating coach on this app that is very pro 4B. She is a dating coach who helps people find long-term healthy partnership. But she understands that centering yourself is the first step to finding that healthy partnership. That part has to come first. Because mainstream dating tells women that we should mold ourselves to be attractive to men. Versus Canada's dating coach, I will tag her, she says you have to decide what you want in a partner and look for people that meet that standard. Stop focusing on what men want and focus on what you want. So I don't think these two spaces are incongruous. I think you can seek partnership with men and still be very pro 4B, even if you are not actively participating in all the elements of 4B. Now, the not having children thing, I was already participating in that because I was one of those folks that knew from when I was very, very young that I never wanted children. And I'm divorced because I got married for the wrong reasons. Actually, I'm divorced because I got married. I never should have got married at all. I let fear push me into a mainstream decision that I knew in my heart of hearts was not right for me. And that's what I'm concerned about with women who are very partnership focused. The fear part of it, am I going to find someone in time? Am I going to find someone before my biological clock runs out? Because any decision made from fear is never going to be a good one. So I would encourage those women, I would humbly encourage those women to make sure they've let go of the fear and make sure their standards are where they need to be to find the sort of partner that they're seeking. And also read some of Candidate Dating Coach's books. They're really good. The only issue I have with partnered women or women seeking partnership are the women that tell everybody else they should be seeking partnership too. That's the flip side of what this creator is talking about. Because patriarchy is global. And women oftentimes are the foot soldiers of patriarchy. They enforce patriarchy among other women. And that's very smart to build a system like that where you don't even have to enforce it yourself all the time. You can get women to oppress each other on your behalf. It's a genius system, right? That's why it's lasted so long. And these women will tell women that they cannot be happy or complete without a romantic relationship with a man, specifically without marriage. Which is complete bullshit, right? These are the folks I was talking about in my video the other day about that live. Anyone telling you that you're a bad feminist for being married or for having a boyfriend needs to shut the fuck up. Because there are many creators on this app who are very, very dedicated feminists who are also married or otherwise partnered. Mel Hamlet, Lisa P, KGR. There's a lot of them. Me. But this is what they want, y'all. They want us fighting with each other. And that's what they always do. They try to turn us against each other in order to dilute the movement. I'm already seeing this happening. I've seen people doing this. And on these pick-me lives, they want us to start fighting amongst ourselves instead of being in solidarity with everyone, even if their path is not our path. Don't let them do that.